Have you ever had a million things to do and still chose to scroll on social media for hours? Yeah, me too. I've been a procrastinator for like a very long time. I'm always running late because I wait to the last minute to do stuff or get ready. I would procrastinate housework. I would procrastinate going to work. And at one point, being late to work was a habit. Like I was late every day, going to events, setting appointments, and even working out. Like I've had a battle with working out off and on for years. I had no control. I would always wonder, like, why can't I just push myself to do this thing? But it was because I relied on motivation. My turning point was a couple years ago when I heard this motivational speech on YouTube that was basically saying that motivation won't get you there. You have to have discipline. I never heard of discipline in this way. I only knew discipline to be a punishment for when you did something wrong or when you did something bad. But discipline changed everything for me. And today I'm sharing 10 tips that helped me stop procrastinating even when I didn't feel like doing anything. So the first thing, you gotta stop negotiating with yourself. Stop giving yourself an option. If you wait till you feel like it, you gonna be waiting forever. That is a trap. Some days I don't want to create content, but I know if I want to be a successful content creator, then I need to be consistent. And the only way I can be consistent is if I'm disciplined. One of my mottos is less thinking and more doing. And a quote you can kind of keep in mind is that you can't wait on motivation. You have to move on discipline. The second thing, I would recommend starting with the hardest task because it makes the rest of the day feel way easier. It's like a sigh of relief once you do that really hard thing first. And for me, that's working out because working out is physically hard for me. So it makes it mentally hard for me to want to even do it. Use the 5-minute rule because getting started is the hardest part. And if you give yourself a 5-minute limit, a lot of the times you'll keep going because you've got past the starting point. One of my goals this year was to read books, and I gave myself a 10-minute limit every time I opened up a book. And usually a lot of the times I'll go over that 10-minute limit because the book is actually interesting. It was just the thought of trying to make time to read that book that made me procrastinate doing it. Make a to-do list, but keep it short. Be realistic. If 3 tasks is enough, just leave it at 3 tasks because the clearer your priorities are, the less overwhelmed you'll feel. I use my notes app in my phone to list my 3 priorities for that day. And then I have another section that lists out all of my tasks for the week so that I'm not trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do every day. And set deadlines, even for the smallest task. I'm gonna be honest, I never was a deadline type of person. Like I did not like deadlines, and I still kind of don't like deadlines, but I've realized that if there's no urgency tied to that thing, then I'm not gonna do it. I suggest using a timer or a calendar or even a planner. By the way, I created a digital goal setting planner. If you're interested in planners, I'll have it linked in my description. Go check it out. The next tip is to create a reward system. This will get you motivated to go ahead and get stuff done. Even if it's just as simple as having a little coffee break, a social media break, or just watching your favorite TV show. I like to stick to no TV or no social media, depending on whatever the task is, until I'm done with whatever it is I got to do. Because this will motivate me. This will push me to go ahead and get this stuff done so I can enjoy myself. And break down those tasks. Because if you have a big task, you'll most likely start feeling overwhelmed and might end up avoiding that thing altogether. Of course, you can use things like sticky notes or apps like Notion. I like to use my notes app in my phone and also my reminders app in Google Docs. And hold yourself accountable. You can find you an accountability partner, but I like to use those apps in my phone, especially the reminders app. And document everything. Documentation can be your best friend. Last but not least, just do it. Stop overthinking it because overthinking is procrastination disguised as planning. So I want to challenge you to pick one task that you've been needing to do, that you've been putting off, and find some time to do it today. And I wanted to remind you that discipline is not about being perfect. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. Comment below one habit that you're trying to build or one task that you're going to stop putting off starting today. And if you're on a self-growth journey like me, go ahead and subscribe and let's grow together.